everybody, Jen from Scrapping Under the Influence. I am here with a new project for Doodlebug design. I have used the bunny house cut file from the Lori Whitlock shop, along with the Petite Prints and the solids from Doodlebug, and then some of the Chit Chat and the little shape sprinkles to make a bunny house, little carrot house box. So this could be used for an Easter treat. I actually have a project coming that is going to be kind of the companion to this, but I don't want to get into that just yet because it's not done. But yeah, so this is about about 7.5 inches wide, about 8 inches high. It's sturdy enough you could fill this with treats. If you wanted to put a handle on this and make it more like a little Easter basket, you absolutely could do that as well. But I'm going to show you in the tutorial how to manipulate the SVG file in Design Space, and then what you're going to cut and everything, and how to assemble this. So if you've never done a Doodlebug cut file, you've never done the paper piecing before, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to show you how to make our box piece here and how to put this all together, including how I do the chunky twine on my edges to give it just that little finished look. So let's get into it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is you'll upload your bunny house into Design Space. So I've already uploaded that. I'm not going to go over how to do that. I've done that in other videos. I'm going to add it to the canvas. And I'm going to change his width to 7 3/4, which then makes his height just under 9 inches. Okay. So I've got him the size I want. I'm going to duplicate him. So I've got one that is the right size and everything else that we haven't messed with. And you'll understand why in a minute. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do combined, and I'm going to do weld. This is going to make this all one piece. Okay. I'm going to change the color on this to brown so that I know this is my chipboard layer. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate that. So we'll have 2 pieces like that. I'm going to duplicate it again. And I'm going to change it to, let's say gray. And this will be the backing piece that is most likely going to be pattern paper of some kind. And I'm going to duplicate it again. And I'm going to drag all 4 of those pieces down off the side. Okay, so now we're back to our main image again. We're going to go ahead and... Okay, so now we're back to our main thing. I'm going to duplicate it again, just as a precaution. And you'll see here, if you scroll through all the different layers over here on the right-hand side, there's a ton of layers. Okay. If we pretend we're getting ready to make this, which, I'm like, why is there a little red exclamation point? It's because I have it set on the wrong machine. There we go. That will make it happy. I'm going to hide that for right now. So if we were to say, okay, this is how we're going to do this. It's giving it 25 mats, which is a little bit insane because you'll have mats that have like one little tiny square on them. Okay. One little flower, one little dot. Those are our stripes for our carrot house. Yeah, so I mean, that can get a little bit crazy, okay? So what I want to do is take one of our carrot houses, and I'm going to come up here on the upper right, and I'm going to click Ungroup. Okay, so this will make this so that it's not all the different individual, or so it's not all one thing so we can take it apart. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, it's been a long day. So those 2 pieces are okay. This is okay. Our little carrot top pieces are fine. We're not going to do anything different with those. Okay. Welcome is perfectly fine. I'm going to take, I want to consolidate this down a little bit. Okay, so these two pieces are fine. This little piece for his little front stoop is fine. That's okay. The door is okay. The pieces on the door are okay. The little door handle is okay. We've got this black piece here, which would be just that little piece behind the door handle. That's okay. These are going to be fine. These are going to be fine. Oops, no, not move the bunny's face yet. I want to move that piece. Those pieces for the behind the windows are okay. For the flowers, we can cut the flowers, or what I will probably do instead is use the Hello Spring shape sprinkles and the colored eggs rather than cut these pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete the flowers because I don't want to deal with all of those little tiny pieces. Okay, so we've got our little bunny, a little part of his overalls there. That's all fine. Overalls are fine. Little pieces for the overalls are fine. In fact, what I will probably do with those is let it go ahead and cut those out of whatever out of the same green. And then just ink those a little bit so that they're darker. In fact, you could do this. What I'll probably do is I think we'll sync up the top leaves with the little overall so they're all the same green, because that's going to be 2 fewer mats that we have to deal with. Okay. What I want to do on the bunny here. So we've got a little foot. That's fine. We've got this little piece. That's fine. We've got his little head. And I want his head, and I want to duplicate his head. Okay. Oh no, maybe I don't, because the pink is, it's not cut out of the ears, it's on top of the ears. So no, I think we're going to leave him just the way he is. So we've got that. We've got, for some reason, we've got 2 gray pieces for his body. I'm not sure why. And then the pink for his ears and his nose. Okay, so that helps a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here on the right hand side to color sync. So we've got this black and this black. So as I click on them here, you'll see them on the screen. Actually, no, we don't. Hold on. Let me hide that one again, just because at this point we've got like 2 of everything. So this is 2 different blacks for the little nose, or the little doorknob thing, and the little piece behind his nose. We're going to consolidate those down to 1, because ultimately it's not going to matter. Okay. The white on the door is going to be a different color. Okay, so over here we've got the little overalls and the little carrot pieces. Okay, I am going to drag my little carrot top pieces up so that all of the green are going to cut out of the same color, because it's not going to matter. We're going to go ahead and either ink them, or I'll end up using Petite Prints probably, where I can just flip a couple of those pieces over, like the little top parts of the overalls and the little cuff there. Flip them over and it won't matter. Okay. All right. So we've got a different color for the window and the base piece of the door. And that's okay too. We'll leave that. We've got our gray. That's fine. Other than that gray needs to be different, because that one we're going to cut out of something else. Carrot House. What piece is this? Oh, that's the little top piece. Okay, that's fine. Those are all good. think we're going to do his ears and the nose all the same. And that's just that little piece on the button, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that one because we can use something else for that rather than try to keep track of a piece that's like a 1/16 of an inch. And we've got a whole bunch of white pieces. Okay, so I think we are set. We're going to save it. So we've gone to a lot of work getting this all set up. We're going to save it, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and then I will be back. Okay. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to click make. And then I'm just going to kind of look at my different mats and see if there's things that I can move to another mat just so that I don't have as many to cut. Okay. By that, what I mean with that is I would take like these pieces right here. And I'm going to move these to this white mat. Okay, it's going to change the color, but I'm going to drag them down here in their own little corner. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Into their own little corner, and then I will cut a little 2x2 square of the black cardstock that I'll put on my mat right there. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this one that's in the lighter gray. We're going to move that to this mat. We're going to put that in another little square. And sometimes when I'm moving a whole bunch of pieces, like I'm planning on doing right here, I'll just kind of make myself, like, I'll draw like a little map of what I'm putting where, so that when I go to put the paper on the mat, I know where I'm putting it and making sure I'm putting it in the right place. So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys too. So that's going to go there. That one's going to go down here. No. That piece. Put this one down here. And so on. Where did it go? It went right there. Okay. Okay. That piece is fine. This is our chipboard, and it will be lightweight chipboard, so super easy for to cut. Our orange stripes, because we do want them a different color, we're going to leave those alone. I'm going to leave that one alone, of course. These guys, I'm going to go ahead and move as well back to this first mat, because I will cut those most likely out of a scrap of green Petite Prints. And then we're just going to continue on consolidating things down. Now, if you're new enough to Cricut that this is like confusing, you absolutely do not have to do this. This is just something I have done for, I couldn't even tell you, like literally years I've done this, because it's not always where you want it to be, and I don't always want to sit and run, 16 mats through the Cricut when doing projects like this. So that's where I will just go in here and I will consolidate them down, as best I can, so that it makes it, I don't know. It's probably not a time saver necessarily, because it does take time to do this, but to me it feels like it is. So yeah. Okay, so there's that one. What have we got here? We've got little windows. Let's see, do I have somewhere I can put them? I do. Okay, so we're going to move these little guys as well. We're going to put them down here. And then we're probably going to have to move to a different mat to consolidate anything else. Because what I'll do is a 5x12 white piece up here. I'll do my smaller pieces down here. Well, no, I might be able to get a little bit more on here. So let's see. What else can I easily move? Oh, I can move these little pink pieces, can't I? Let's move those. Okay. So those we're going to put down in here. And I will show you what my mat looks like when I cut this. So you can kind of see the method to my madness here. Because I promise you there is one. And it will make more sense when I cut this and I show you. Okay, so that's all pink. So we've got black, light gray, pink, medium gray, our light blue for our windows, our green for our carrots and our overalls, and here's all of our white. So the only things we have not moved is going to be this piece. Let's see here. I think I can make that work because what I can do, actually that's what I can do, I can turn it, because that's the other thing. You can move these around, you can turn them, you can adjust them however you want to make the most out of your cutting surface. Okay, so then this is our other piece for our door. We're going to put him there. And there we go. So let me get my papers on here and get this cut, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is what my paper on my mat looks like before I cut it. So I've got my white, my greens, my blues, my grays, my pink, and my black. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, so it is cut, and you can see there's all of our white, our green, our blues, our black, our grays, everything cut and on one mat. And the added bonus is the tiny pieces we can leave on the mat until we're ready to glue them down. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and just pull off my leftovers. So I did use a couple of Petite Prints. So that was the, oh my gosh, is this citrus or limeade? I'm not sure. Normal Petite Prints was a scrap, that's why I'm not sure. And then I used some of the 6x6 Petite Prints. So this is the pistachio and swimming pool, and then the stone gray there. And then I've just got my solid Doodlebug cardstock for my other pieces. So, okay. All right, so first thing I think we're going to assemble is going to be our bunny. So we're going to get his base. We're going to get his ears, or the base for his head. I'm not sure why there's two of those other than just dimension. Okay. I'll get his little head from over here. Okay. All right, so this little black rectangle is going to go back here like so. So it's really going to go behind his mouth and his eyes because his nose is going to go on top. So I'm going to go ahead and just get a little bit of glue. I say that as it's trying to run out of my thing way faster than it should. And I'm just going to line that up behind there. And it's coming out of his eyes, which is like incredibly creepy. I apologize. going to wipe that extra off, and there is that piece. Okay, next up, we've got his nose, which I'm going to grab with my tweezers. And again, I'm just barely going to put, oh my gosh, seriously, I think I just refilled this. I think that's why. As much as I love this thing, it does not love the art glitter glue because it's thinner than the glue that comes with it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put his nose on. And again, I'm just going to kind of wipe extra glue, but where this is textured, it's not going to be like noticeable if you don't. Okay, grab an ear. We're going to do the same thing. And again, this is like, just wants to fight with me today, but that's okay. I was so excited that I have the cut file for this little carrot house. This carrot house is absolutely adorable. All three carrot houses are adorable, but there was just something about the little short one that just made my day. Okay, so this piece is going to go on top of here. There's going to be just a very slight border around the edge, which is fine. That's what you want. So we'll go ahead and glue him together. Again, just because this is coming out way faster than I would like for it to, we're going to turn it upside down like that and just hope it doesn't clog on me. Because I am in no mood to deal with that right now. Okay. All right, so there's his little head, and that is going to go on here. In addition to that, we also have his little bunny foot, which is this little tiny half-moon piece. There we go. And that's just going to come down here at the bottom. Okay, and then we've got his little overalls. So his little overalls are going to be this green check. I just want to check and make sure how we actually need to put this on here. Oh wait, we have more pieces. Haha, just kidding. Just kidding, don't do that yet. I was like, why is his arm gray? Because there's another piece up there. It's like, that's so weird. Why is it like that? Because I'm missing a piece. Oh my gosh. Although, this was truly what sucked me in with the Cricut 1,000 years ago when it was the Cricut Explorer, or not the Explorer, Expression, was piecing together these little things. I don't know why. I loved it from day one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, get the glue on the back of this little front piece of his overalls, which again is in our Petite Print. Okay, and then we've got his other little pieces. So we've got our little cuff piece, and then we've got the top two pieces. But don't want to come off my stuff, but that's okay. Well, for crying out loud. Okay. So those I am going to flip over to the opposite side. Okay. Okay, so there's his little cuff. Then we've got our little top pieces on our overalls that are going to go up here. I'm going to have to look and see. I don't remember which way they're actually supposed to go. just double check. Okay. So they do go like so. Okay. So these are tiny and these are going to be all kinds of fun. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. Even after all these years, I still enjoy doing the piecing like this. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to say relaxing because not usually, but it's just fun. I enjoy it. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, let's glue it to your finger because that makes sense. All right. And then we'll go ahead and put our little head. Okay. There we go. I think we're better. And there is our little bunny that's going to peek out of our little doorway. Okay. All right. So then let's take our windows. So those, I'm just going to add the glue on the little cross pieces here because we'll get the rest of it adhered when we go and put it, when we assemble our house. Okay. So again, line all that up. And put it down. Okay. All right, so there's our windows. Let's go ahead and do our door. So our door has these little accent pieces that I cut out of Petite Print. And then we've got our little door handle up here. And that's where that other little tiny, that little black circle goes, is behind this. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of lay these about where I think they're going to go. Like that. And then I can just pick them up and glue them down. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get our little black circle on the back of our doorknob. So we're going to go just right around that little hole. And we're just going to put this down right on top. Okay, just like so. And again, I'm going to get in here and get the glue out of that center. And that's good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these on. You know what, for this though, I think I want my other bottle that's got the finer tip. Bear with me 1 second here. I'm going to switch my glue. Okay. Yeah, I want a much finer tip for this than what is on that one. And honestly, that would have solved a lot of my problem a minute ago. Okay. Okay, there we go And here. Okay, and then this little guy is going to go on here. Like so. Oh, no, don't do that. Clearly, I have glue on my fingers that I don't realize I have. Okay, so here's our doorway. Here's our little concrete step. Okay, so this will go on here like so. It's like that, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to attach those because I think I'm going to use foam dots and pop this up because he, of course, is peeking out the side. So we're just going to set those pieces aside. I'm going to do the same thing with our little chimney piece here, so I'm going to set that aside. We've got our little carrot top pieces, and then we've got our little tiny welcome sign, which I left because I was not sure if I was actually going to use it or not. So this we may end up not using, but we have it if we want it. What I will probably do, because it will be a lot easier than trying to glue this little tiny delicate piece on, I probably will get into the Chit Chat and find a piece there that I like. Okay, so let's check out our chipboard. So I have 2 pieces of lightweight chipboard. For the backs, I have this print. I have this print, which I don't know if our little house here is symmetrical or not. It is not. So hopefully I got these set up right. Yes. Okay, so Petite Print pattern. This is going to be the very back piece of our little basket here. This will be the back side of our house. Make sure he's lining up right, because it's not 100% symmetrical, so it's going to be just a little bit different. All right, we're good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and just glue these pieces on here because these are super simple. Now we're going to take our base. I'm going to go ahead and glue our little carrot on here. It's so cute. I don't want to switch back to the other glue just yet because I do want that finer tip when I... Oh, did I not glue that one on? I didn't. That's okay. We'll get this put together this far, and then I'll go ahead and put this on the back. Let's see which side. There we go. Okay. I could have sworn I glued this one, but apparently not. This little Carrot House, I swear, is like my favorite piece out of all of the little images in this collection. It's so stinking cute. Okay, so then we have our little orange strips. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these up on here, and you'll notice they've got kind of an angled edge that goes all the way to the edge of the orange. So that is how I am lining these up. Okay, so that's basically the gist of it. So our main part of our house. Okay, this is going to go like so. Okay, so this piece, this little gray piece, is just a tiny bit longer than the white piece that it goes on top of. So I'm going to kind of have to eyeball about where okay, aha, it'll go right along the edge of that green, so that'll be easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this one down. Like so. This piece I'm going to get out the foam tape. Okay, so I'm going to run foam tape on the back of this. Grab scissors, because apparently I don't have those out either. Okay. That will go like so. Our little bunny needs to peek out the door. Like that. But I want to pop up the door too. So I'm going to go ahead and do our foam tape on the back of the door. It's very spring-like outside today, so I really had a hard time coming in here to work on this, but I was so excited to do this that that's what I decided to do. Okay, so him we're going to go ahead and glue flat. So I'm going to get glue on the back. I'm going to line him up because he's going to go just a hair underneath the edge of that door. Okay? Except he is supposed to have a window behind him. Ha ha ha. So let's lift him back up. His little window's supposed to go back here and back here. Like so. And I think I had window boxes, so he didn't dry completely, so we're going to lift him back up so we can put him back on there in a second. Okay, I knew there was something I was missing. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to do our windows flat. Okay. About there. Yep. Okay. About there. Then we've got our little window box pieces, and I am going to pop these up, but I need narrower foam tape to do that. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Now, here's going to be the tricky part. Okay, this one, we can pop this up on here, no problem. This side, he's covering up part of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of mark about where. And about here. And I'm just going to trim this off. Okay. And then go ahead and do my foam tape, just like we did on the other one. And now we can put our little bunny back on. Okay, which really, if I wanted to, do I have thin? I do still have thinner white tape. Okay, let's do that. I know, you're probably going, how much foam tape do you have? You really don't want to know. It's insane. But it's so handy, and I love using it for dimension on things, and yeah, I've got a lot of foam tape. Partially because I'll think I'm out of something or almost out of something, and I'll buy more, and I go to put it away and go, oh look, I did still have some of that. And I know I'm not the only one who does that, so it's not just me being crazy. Another tiny one, because I don't have just the squares of the thin. I'm completely out of those for some reason. All right, there we go. And it's the foam square backing that I find all over my house. Not even kidding, it's insane. Okay. And there we go. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me find normal foam squares. Figure out which side. I think I want the polka dot side up. And we're going to foam square up the back of this. Except apparently not that one because it's too small. And we're going to trim just a tiny bit off of that so that we don't see it. Okay. That will go here, and it goes, let's see where it goes. All right, it goes over here like so. So, no, I don't think I'm going to pop that up. I think I'm going to leave it flat. The base of it flat, that is. Okay. And we've got our cute little carrot pieces. Of course, have to go underneath that. I'm getting ahead of myself here. There we go. We're good. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there is that. Let me get some pieces and parts together for our box that these are going to go on either side of, and I'll be back. Okay, for our box, we're going to do this a little bit differently than boxes I've done in the past. So we are going to start with 2 pieces of the lightweight chipboard that are 3x4. Both of these have been covered completely in score tape. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Petite Print. This is the citrus in the floral graph. We are going to use the floral side. So I'm going to put that in my scoreboard with the graph side facing up. I'm going to find my little tool to get the backing off my score tape. Okay, so 3x4. We are going to put this in here. No, I did this right. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking for a second there. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Okay. We're going to put it about 1/2 an inch from the top, 1/2 an inch in. Okay. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to burnish that. Okay. Then before I take the backing off of the other side, I'm going to fold this up. Fold this up. So this should wrap all the way around like so and go down flat on this opposite side, okay? But before I do that, I'm going to fold it on this side. I'm going to fold it on this side. And I'm going to, I think how I want to do this. I'm going to cut this little corner out, much like when I'm making an album cover. Just because we're using the lightweight chipboard, however, we're not gonna do all of these pieces individually like when I would do a big box with the full-size chipboard or the medium chipboard. Okay. I'm also going to cut down here, just up to the edge of the chipboard, right where that fold is, because we're going to fold these in. We're going to fold this up and over, and then we're going to trim these sides off, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get the backing off of my tape on the other side. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to use my bone folder, push that in, over, and down. Okay. All right. We're going to leave this one. We're actually going to leave these now that I'm thinking about this. Okay. I am, just because we don't have tape right here and right here, I am going to run just a teensy bit of glue, and then this is going to come over and down, okay, like so. So we've got a nice finished edge there. We've got a finished edge on those sides, and we're going to burnish this down with the glue and give that a second to dry while we do our other piece. Okay. So again, this cardstock is 5 by 6.5. I'm going to do the same thing on here. This one I pieced to a ridiculous degree because I was using score tape sheets, which I don't usually use. I usually use the roll, but I found a bunch of sheets when I was cleaning a couple weeks ago, so I've been trying to use them. All right, so same thing again. We're going to go about 1/2 inch. Lay that down. We're going to fold and fold. And see, this one I got it a little further down, so I've got a little more of a gap here than what I would have preferred. Actually, no, it'll be fine because no, it won't. It's okay. We'll make it work. And then sides in. And again. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and get the piece off of here. We're going to flip that one over. We're going to fold that one over. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to get, well, no. You know what I'm going to do first? Let me find my scraps. I have that little scrap right there that I'm going to use just to finish off, which by the time we get this all put together, I don't know that it's going to matter, but just in case it does, I don't want to have to tear this apart. So I'm going to go ahead, get some glue on here. There's a little bit down there. We're going to fold this up and over, like so. There we go. That's definitely better. Okay. All right, so we've got our 2 pieces for our sides. Okay. The way these are going to end up going on the finished project. Going to go like so that our nice perfect backside is facing out, because you'll see that for the rest of the base you're not going to see the because the bunny house is going on the back and the front. So I have a piece here that is 9 by 12. I have 3 more pieces of lightweight chipboard, 2 that are 7 by 3. Did I do this wrong? No, it's fine. I'm just having one of those days. Okay. All right, so 7 by 3, 7 by 4, 7 by 3. These are going to line up on here like so. However, before we do that, I want to take my 7 by 4 piece. I want to adhere this to it before we put it down here. Okay, so I am going to lift up my backing on my tape. I'm going to fold it back just enough to be able to attach that piece. I'm going to start with this standing up, like so. Make sure you're lined up side to side. Okay. Which, I don't think my other camera's hooked up to show you that way. So, basically we're lining it up like this. Got a little piece that's hanging over right here. It's causing me a problem. Okay. All right. Hold our backing out of the way. Pushing this up against here. And I'm using my bone folder to push this up against the back there where the tape is, and it's good to go. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to lift this up. Like so. Okay. Alright, so it's going to stand up like this. No, it's not. It's going to go the other way, and I think I just did this backwards. Didn't I? No. No, we're okay. We're okay. Alright. Okay. So we are going to do the same thing over here. Get it situated right. Like so. Line it up. Like so. And there we go. Okay. Now, we are going to use the scoreboard to line this up. And I'm going to use one of my spacers that I use for my albums. If you don't have a spacer, all you're going to do is turn this, score it at 1 inch to give yourself a visual of where you're going to line this up. Okay? Let me make sure that I'm thinking correctly. I am. Okay. I'm going to turn this. Actually, no, I am going to turn this upside down. So, what I want to do is line this up between 4 inches and 8 inches, okay? So I'm going to turn it the opposite direction so I can see exactly where that is, okay? Pull that off. I'm going to put glue on my cardstock ends. I'm going to fold this up a little bit so I can see exactly what I'm doing. Line it up. And then lay it down flat. Okay? Now, we're going to do the same thing with our other two pieces. However, they are going to go flush against the sides here because the floral piece is what's going to face up, so we can just fold these sides up, okay? So we don't have to like space them out or get all fancy because they are going to go flat up against this. Okay, like so. And one more side. Like so. Okay. Now, we're going to turn it over. That's what was different. Okay. First thing we want to do is finish this down so we know we're good and stuck. I'm going to fold this first side in, like so. Crease it down. Fold our other side in. Crease it down. Fold this up so we can kind of see where this ultimately is going to go. So that side pulled up too far. That's okay. All right, because what we're going to do is I'm going to take and cut right along that line, right along that line. Okay, so this will come up. This I can go ahead and wrap to the back. Same thing on the other side. Okay. And we can fold this up and over. And this up and over. So this is going to be the inside of our box. All of this ugliness on the outside you're not going to see, because on the bottom we will go ahead and mat this bottom piece after we get the box itself assembled. We really could do it now. My piece needs to be slightly bigger though, so I'm going to have to cut another one. That's fine. But for now we can go ahead and wrap our corners. Okay, I'm just cutting out a little square up here at the top. Like so. And then I'm actually going to use score tape on this as opposed to gluing it, just to make sure it goes down exactly like I want it. Okay, put that up. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So I'm going to fold these sides in first. I'm going to look, I have to take just a tiny bit off of that, just so that it will lay nice and flat. You can add some glue on here if you wanted to. I'm just going to adhere it down, because it's ultimately, it's a little box. It's not going to make a difference. Okay. Okay. And then that one will go over. Take just a teensy bit off of that side. And there we go. We're going to do the exact same thing on this other side. I'm going to miter this just a bit. there. And I'm going to check this because almost every time I'm going to need to measure just a tiny bit more off of that. Okay. All right. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a craft knife and we're going to very carefully kind of fold this down. I'm not sure how to do this actually. Very carefully trim off this flap. And I probably should have put a new blade in here first, but I didn't. That's okay though. If you trim that off first, honestly, it'd probably be a little bit easier. But I didn't. It's okay. This literally was like me sitting here thinking, I wonder if I could put it together this way. Let's try it on camera so I only have to do it once. You could, of course, also do your box piece with solid cardstock. That did not work well on that side, but that's okay. Because this is going to come up like so, and like so, and then we are going to glue these tabs over to the side to close everything up. I'm going to miter these a little bit just to make sure they look good. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do tape on these as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the backing off here. Stand this up, match up my corners, and press it down. Okay. There we go. Okay, same thing on this side. Match up my corners. Press that down. Okay, so your ugly sides you're not going to see because this little guy is going to go on there and cover those up. Okay? Now, you will notice we've got this little piece that sticks out on the bottom. We will line up the bottom of the box with the bottom here, and that will just kind of be like a, almost like a little footer, kind of, on here. And that's fine. Okay. So, I am literally going to take my big score tape and I'm going to run it along here. Now, you absolutely can glue this. Normally I would, however, I don't want to run the risk of this shifting and it not lining up the way I want it to. So, we are going to use tape and we're going to light it. It will work just fine. So I'm going to get that about where it needs to go. There we go. Okay. So I'm not going to just plop it down. I'm going to kind of come at it at an angle so I can make sure that my side over here is lined up. In fact, you know what? Let me get my other little camera set up here 1 second. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to do it on the side I still have the, you're going to line it up at an angle and then put it down. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Need to get a different little thing to put that on. Okay, so lining it up at an angle and then down. And there you go. It's so cute. Okay, I'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so again, going at this at an angle and then down. And then you have your box. How stinking cute is that? Okay, we still need to do our flowers on here and do some other little decorating. And then I'll show you my little trick for covering up the raw edge. I will cut another piece to mat on the bottom here and just make it truer to size than what I had initially done and mat that. And I will be back to decorate this and show you my trick to cover up the raw edge. Okay, so I took the little egg border strip out of the Chit Chat and I cut it in half. I'm going to just stick that on here like so. I am popping that up. And then I pulled these two pieces also out of the Chit Chat. Line that up about there. And then same thing on the other side with the other half. Turn this little arm up out of the way just a hair though. Okay. So we've got that. I've got my, what is the name of this one? Hello Spring Shape Sprinkles. So we're going to use some of these, and you could pop these up if you wanted to. But I am going to do them just like so. And then add in those little leaves where I can. Okay, and then I also measured that little piece, and I cut this little border strip from the this and that sticker sheet that's going to fit there, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just because that's going to give a little bit more color to this. Like that. A little leaf. And what did I just use? Let's do this little yellow one. As well. I think we're good. Yep, I think we're good there. I might fill in a couple of these little white ones on this as I wrap this up, but I'm not positive yet. Okay, this one we're going to put up on the top here. And again, we're going to pop it up because we can. And we're going to put that up above the door. And I'm going to take my little Happy Easter speech bubble. We're going to pop him up. Like, oh, actually need one more on there because that door is popped as well. All right. Okay, so raw edge. We are going to take chunky twine, and I'm going to start underneath. I just have to decide if this is really the color I want to use. I think it is. Okay, so this is the Limeade Chunky Twine. I'm trying to decide if I want to maybe swap that out for this instead. Ooh, I think I do. I think I like that better. All right, so this one is, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Tangerine. Okay. All right. Now, this does take a little bit of patience. We are not going to go around this bottom piece that sticks out, the little porch piece. We're going to go behind it, and that's where I'm actually going to start, is behind that. Like so. Okay? Like I said, this does take some patience. I will kind of show you the basic idea here, but I'm not going to do all of it on camera because it does take a little bit. Okay? So I'm running some glue. Pulling it's way loose, way more off of there than I actually really need at this exact moment. And you're going to tuck that in. Okay. Then I'm going to run glue along that raw edge right there. That's going to be our next piece. So as you do this, you're going to do it in very short strips. And you're going to go kind of slow to give it a second to start to dry and really adhere, and then you'll move to the next area. Okay, so then this is going to come up and over like so, and you're going to go all the way around until you come all the way back around here, and then you'll cut it off. And then you'll do the same thing on the back side, and then I'll actually run another piece right here, or I may use some more of my border strips. I haven't decided on that yet, but let's go ahead and just keep going. Like so, you get the basic idea. Okay, so I will just continue on around and I will be back in a minute. And there you have it. You have the chunky twine all the way out around the edges that just finishes off that raw edge, gives it just a very finished look, and I ended up kind of moving my flowers around and actually popped up a couple of those just because I liked that. So, as always, thank you for stopping by. If you end up making this project, please tag me at Scrapping Under the Influence, and make sure you tag Doodlebug as well. and I will be back again soon with a little companion piece that will go with our little box. Bye!